Stephen A was in a feisty mood with T.O. on Twitter. The former NFL wide receiver and Hall of Famer Terrell Owens quote tweeted a fan that pretty much was alluding to an old segment in which Terrell Owens said Max Kellerman was blacker than Stephen A. Smith on First Take. Stephen A. responded to T.O. and said, "Now, as far as this dude, that's an entirely different story. You know how I feel about your sorry ass, and you know why. You should thank your heavenly father I haven't zeroed in on you with the triflingness you tried to pull. Tell folks to ask ESPN what your desperate ass tried to pull. Keep on talking. Eventually, you'll expose yourself." T.O.'s response to Stephen A. was, "Yo, like I said, I'm not worried about being exposed because this is nothing." He went on to say, "Yo, I was just retweeting something that somebody else said. I stand on it. Number two, I don't lie. And as far as all the players, GMs, NFLPAs that you claim to have reached out to, so what? Guess what? I've had players and people reach out to me too. What does that statement even mean? If I've done something so wrong, then why hasn't it been all over the news? I don't chirp. I don't claim to be no badass. I don't bother nobody. You alluded to that I'm desperate because an attorney reached out to me about the ESPN situation. I don't play victim like you say, but it is what it is. But I want you to keep that same energy you're giving to the people about my sorry and pathetic ass when you see me." Kyrie Irving somehow got involved in this and said, "At Stephen A. Smith, can y'all call each other like grown, mature men and clear the air without all of that extra social media back and forth? Get what you need off your chest and move on." Stephen A. even responded to Kyrie and said, "Respectfully, bro, you don't know the whole story. I have nothing to say to his sorry, pathetic ass, but that doesn't mean you are wrong. You are right. I'm a man enough to admit that. I will stand down." So many different elements. Can somebody please tell Kyrie Irving to use his own advice? I'm so sick of that, man. Listen to me. This is me talking here. Before we get into what Stephen A. and T.O. were going back and forth about, listen, Kyrie Irving is a phenomenal basketball player. He's going to go down in the history of social media as probably their GOAT of all time. They love Kyrie. They think he's, y'all think he's the GOAT? Hey, y'all think he's better than Steph Curry? That's y'all business. I don't think that at all. Not even remotely close. I understand his skill set is second to none. Y'all got it. I don't even care. But what I hate more than anything is somebody that plays victim all the time and somebody that does not live by the advice that they give. They got every advice in the world to give other people, but I have not seen people move that way when they were in positions to be the mature person. All I've heard is stories about guys not talking to teammates, guys treating GMs and VPs and executives like crap, not wanting to come to work, leaving their teammates out to dry, not showing up to playoff games because they were going to get dental surgery. I have only heard of the guys that claim to be on this Kumbaya saga. I have only heard stories about them not being the great people that they want everybody to be. And I'm sick of it, bro. Y'all got all the advice in the world on how to be as people, and I never see y'all move like that with y'all contemporaries. I'll digress. Back to Stephen A. and Terrell Owens. Yeah, so like I said, I briefly worked with Stephen A. Smith. I actually don't know what the heck is going on with Stephen A. like from a career standpoint, because I have to at least admit to you, and Stephen A. will want anybody covering him to be honest about how they feel. Stephen A. has made some pivots in his brand, and we're going to talk about it a lot more in the next segment, in which we're going to kind of backpedal and talk about Max Kellerman and what Stephen A. said about Max more. But in regards to what he said to T.O., Stephen A. comes from the school of journalism. Like, I gained my respect and my love for Stephen A. as a reporter before anything else. Obviously, when he got with Skip, which was a close friend of his for years, they kind of created this mode of debate television that we all consume today, whether we want to or not. It is how sports go, right? And it pulled Stephen A. from reporter mode into debater. And obviously it went from 100% reporter to like 80% reporter, 20% debater. And then obviously First Take became this big entity. And then it becomes Stephen A.'s like 90% debater, 10% reporter. And now he's pretty much 100% debater, the biggest entity in sports television. And he's not a reporter anymore. I gained my love and respect for Stephen A. the reporter. To me, Stephen A. Smith, the reporter, the legendary reporter that he is, from a basketball perspective, would be ashamed of Stephen A. Smith, the debater that he is today. I don't know who that guy is. And I love Stephen A. I respect him dearly. I want to work with the brother again on a future project. I don't know what the heck is going on. I see some brand differences. I don't know who the heck is around Stephen A, but clearly this dude who always has felt himself, let's be clear, Stephen A is he's got that swagger and that confidence, but nowadays it's I'm rich and I want y'all to know I'm the most powerful man in the room. That's the bravado that I get for him. And I don't like it because behind the scenes, the truth is, when I was at ESPN, nobody walked up to me more than Stephen A. Smith talking to young black interns. Yo, are you good? How they treating y'all? I'm saying he would do it every week. Yo, y'all good? Y'all know if something ain't right, y'all know I know the higher-ups. I'll talk to somebody for y'all. This is who the brother is. I've also had the pleasure of meeting Terrell Owens. I saw T.O. turn down pictures for kids. So look, don't take my few instances with Stephen A. or my one instance with T.O. as the end-all be-all. All I'm going to say is I've watched Stephen A. do a lot of great things for people. The one instance I saw Terrell Owens in person at a celebrity game, he literally turned down pictures with kids. I thought it was disgraceful. I've only ever seen 2 athletes do that in my life, and I've been to a lot of events and covered a lot of celebrity games. It's been Terrell Owens and Allen Iverson, and the irony is their entire careers, they play victim. Literally, I was around AI and T.O. one time apiece, and it took me 5 minutes to realize, oh, that's why you got traded so much. Oh, that's why things didn't work out the way you wanted to when you were no longer that great player that you were in your prime. And that's what I feel. That's what I feel. So, I mean, apparently Stephen A. is alluding to Terrell Owens trying to sue him over those comments that were made. Apparently, like T.O. said Stephen A. brought an off-air conversation on air, and T.O.'s legal team tried to, like, sue Stephen A. and ESPN over that. Stephen A. said he did nothing wrong, that he never brought a conversation from behind the camera to on the camera. I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know who's lying. I don't have any access to any paperwork. The reality is Stephen A. Smith and T.O., if they were just at the game in Colorado together, I don't think they're ever going to square up. I don't think these dudes are going to squabble. Y'all for damn sure better not do that at Colorado with what Deion's building right now. Don't make that brother look bad. I think these two dudes are just going to agree to not be around each other, because Terrell Owens is in great shape and Stephen A. looks pretty damn good for his age. I don't think Stephen A. is playing by some of the words he said. He used some strong words. Now again, Stephen A. is in the content space. Like, he's really been pushing content. Like, some of the things he said to T.O. I thought were out of pocket. Like, even bringing up that man's deceased father, I thought was out of pocket. Like I said to y'all, as much as I got respect for Stephen A., I don't think Stephen A., the reporter, would be proud of Stephen A., the debater. He's made a lot of money. I ain't mad at it. I would have did the same damn thing. I would have left reporting to be what he is on television today. I just see a brand shift. I don't know if there's different people around Stephen A. nowadays, but some of the things he says online, it's different from the guy that I met and loved, man. And we're going to talk about that more in the next segment here on the Who's Ferro podcast. Please stay tuned.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing.
Why build theirs when I believe I can build my own?
You've already done it, or I wouldn't be here.
I'm already the only elite sports and music journalist in the game today. My goal is simple: to be the best there's ever been. So please don't go. Make sure you subscribe and follow the journey. It truly means everything to me. I tell stories. I talk music. I cover sports. I am culture. I am Ferro.